Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to yet another 4th and 62. That's right, we're still here. This is episode number 10, and if you would have told me that we were going to do 10 of these, I would have been shocked.
Well, you're not alone.
Thanks a lot. So
it's all you, John.
it's not all me, brother, but thank you for that. First of all, because a couple things happened since we were last here, the Turkey Day football game, obviously Bruce Byham's visit to our show spurred on the Chelmsford Lions to a 28-21 victory over the hated Billerica Indians, whatever they are.
They haven't got the message about being Indian.
Yeah, I know. We'll get it soon. But kudos.
Very exciting. Go Lions. This is great. That was a great win.
It was a great win. Bob and I were talking before the show. We have them at a 6-6 record. And I said to Bob, Chelmsford had no business beating Billerica. Bob corrected me, being the alumnus that he is, and said, no, they did have business, but they were probably big underdogs.
Yes.
But they won 28-21. And again, Bruce's visit to our show was great. Oh, I got stuff on my lip again. I better pull out my hanky.
Yeah,
And,
the Lions prove that's why we play the game.
Exactly. And how was their blocking up front, Coach?
It was wonderful. Thomas Brown dominated as usual. The kid is a real
Where's he
player.
going next year? Villanova?
Villanova. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is their football team any good?
They're fair.
It's not bad.
They play.
It's not bad, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So while we were here, and let's move on. Okay, we're going to move on to the Patriots.
Well, what about the football and Trevor Lawrence? and all
I'm
that?
sorry. Okay, all right. Sorry about that. So the Lions won again.
Yep.
The Lions, who are everybody's pick to win the Super Bowl this year. Steven, you agree with that?
Yep.
Yeah. Bob?
I do, but I want to go back to my college football roots.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about some of the disgusting displays at the end of several games.
Please do.
You know, they had Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes lost. They had no business losing that game. But Michigan won. Okay, fine. The last seconds of the game. And then they were all excited because they stink this year. They go out and plant their big block M flag on the block O. No. So, of course, the Ohio State lads were on their way off the field. And then they come back. Now there's a big brouhaha, fights, people on the ground, pepper spray. I mean, it was just disgusting.
Yeah. I saw the pepper spray. That was bad.
And then
That was bad.
And then NC State.
Who was pepper spraying?
The police.
Police?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they're trying to separate these behemoths that are dressed up like knights because they're all protected. And these guys are on, what are they going to do?
And the cops look like a bunch of midgets, Steve.
Right.
Yeah.
So then NC State and North Carolina do the same nonsense. Then Arizona State and Arizona do the same kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not right.
And the NCAA chalked it up to rivalries.
Right. Oh,
Right.
well, yeah. The heat of the rivalry.
Right.
Well, I mean,
No.
yeah,
No.
but that's enough.
No.
Okay.
So, okay.
Now we move on to the Trevor Lawrence hit.
So now we're talking about Trevor Lawrence.
Right. Steven, did you see that
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence hit?
No.
Okay. They played the Texans. Trevor Lawrence slides. Clear slide.
Yeah.
There's not a white shirt around him. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this linebacker comes by and gives him flies into his head with a forearm and knocks him out. Literally.
Yeah.
It gives him a concussion.
And what happened to that player?
3 game
3 game
suspension.
suspension.
3 games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And the NFL wrote a disgusting display of sportsmanship.
Right.
And
Right.
I mean, they admonished the guy pretty bad, Al Shazir or
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess he's a decent linebacker.
and it was a brutal hit.
Oh no!
It was absolutely awful.
And then he tried to say, "Well, I had started and jumped, and before I realized that he slid." That's no way.
No.
Okay. All right.
So, we'll get to the Patriots game in a second, but there was a couple of times where the players are tackling, leading with their helmet, and it's just should be legislated out of the game. There's no reason for it, and it's dangerous.
Right.
And these guys are going in helmet to helmet also, and it should be more than just a penalty.
Right.
You should just stop that kind of football playing. It's
I think
dangerous.
the player should be ejected right there.
right. Well,
I
that was the
agree.
whole idea of targeting.
Right.
But they only said it had to be in the head and shoulder region, not spearing a kid in the chest. Same difference.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Right. Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Legislated out of the game.
Should I hit it?
No, we got the golden bat.
Okay.
This came up at the very end, the golden bat rule.
The golden at bat.
Yeah, I don't understand. You want to explain that to our viewing public?
Sure. So the golden at bat is something that Rob Manfred has proposed.
And who is Rob Manfred? For
He's
those
the
of us-
commissioner of baseball.
Yes.
He's
I knew that, Bob.
Oh, okay. Glad to know that you knew that, Stephen.
But there's other people may not know who he is.
Okay, Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, has talked openly of this, which is you can pick someone before the game to take an at bat. It could be somebody in your lineup. It doesn't matter where they're batting, but you can use a golden at bat once per game. One time, that's it. And it doesn't matter where that player is batting, what position, he'll take the at bat. So the example that they used was the 190 hitting shortstop is up in the bottom of the eighth with bases loaded. And that's when the manager of this example is the Yankees, Aaron Boone, picks Aaron Judge. He was his golden at bat before the game. He distinguished him as his golden at bat. So Aaron Judge will bat for that shortstop in the bottom of the eighth with the bases loaded. Aaron Judge does not lose his place in the order. If he's up next, he's up next. Doesn't matter. I think
How serious is he about this?
Well, you know what? He's serious enough, Stephen, that he mentioned it at a press conference.
So I'm gonna tell you, I love this. Let me tell you why. Because it opens up a whole possibility of inventive things to affect the game. So if we can have a golden at bat, let's have a golden pitcher and let him throw from like 40 feet from home plate. Okay?
That's funny.
I like it.
I mean,
I like it.
you could do all sorts of, maybe have an outfielder with this huge butterfly net. There are all sorts of things.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe we'll put roller skates on the runners.
Okay.
Just all these things. Let's do that.
We're going to
And then
make
we'll watch
sure
baseball. We won't call it baseball. We'll call it worldwide wrestling. But okay, who cares?
we're going to make sure that Rob Manfred does not get a tape of this show because we don't
No,
want to
give him my number.
we don't want to give him any ideas. You know what? I think Rob Manfred has seen the light with the pitch clock and the bigger bases and Stephen, you don't like the term ghost runner. Call him invisible runner. Call him whatever you want. I think Rob Manfred has seen that. He's seen the fact that young kids are more apt to tune in, I guess. And I think that's what spurred him on. Quite frankly, I think this is wacky.
I think one the biggest thing that was getting young people to join in was the the time
pitch
clock,
clock, pitch
because
clock,
that
yeah.
shortened the games
Yep,
dramatically.
Yep, it definitely.
All the other stuff was subtle,
Yep,
the bigger bases and and only throwing over
You-
once, twice.
right.
College kids getting pepper sprayed by cops after a football game on the field, the players, and then, I mean, that's bad enough. But now you're talking about, like, golden not bad. I mean, this is the end of civilization. Let's face it. You just,
The end of civilization.
As we know.
Wow.
you know, a bigger baseball, a bigger, base is one thing, and the pitch clock obviously needed to be done. But I don't know. This is just like sacrilege to me.
Bob, couldn't you see Mookie Betts playing right field with the butterfly net?
Yeah, yeah. We have to move along to
Okay.
our so-called lightning round.
Wait a minute, I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
We
Go
lead off-
ahead.
We lead off with the Bruins.
He's not done.
Patriots.
I-
I'm sorry.
Hold on, one more thing. I'm sorry, but let's just let the fans make some catches. I mean, those guys in Yankee Stadium who took the ball out of Mookie Betts' hands, I think we should allow that now,
Oh, jeez.
right?
Should we give them butterfly nets?
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, and more people will watch. Isn't that what Rob Manfred wants? He wants people to watch.
Well, he wants young kids to watch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But we old timers are the ones that keep them alive.
yeah.
All right, moving on to the Patriots then.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead, Bob.
What do you say?
Oh, okay. It's to be.
Yep.
Well, since we were last here, the Pats lost twice. They were squished by the fish. They got their brains beat in by the Dolphins, and then, as disgusted Bob said to me earlier before we were taping, 19-play drive by the Colts. The Patriots defense could not stop a 19-play drive. And I'm sorry, Anthony Richardson is not Brett Favre.
No,
He's not even Andrew Luck.
and he's not even
I'm not
Drake
even
May.
sure-
No, he's not
I'm not
Drake
right,
May
he's
either.
not
You're
May.
right.
Right.
What was that, Stephen?
I was just repeating what Bob said. I agree. He's not
Right.
even Drake May.
You know, and the defense couldn't stop him.
No,
Bob?
no,
Did you
couldn't
did
stick.
you ever think you would miss Steve Belichick?
Oh, see, that brings us down to the third the third thing on our menu there. Do they have the right DC?
Apparently not.
I don't know. Based on last year, what they were the 10th or 11th or 12th best defense in the league. This year they're the worst.
Yeah.
What I understand. Josh Uche went to Kansas City. Jawan Bentley is injured and he's out. But basically, it's the same guys.
They lost two good linebackers.
Right.
That kid that run the outside, was that Uche?
Uche, yes.
Right. I mean, he was key.
And they just traded him for a 6th-round pick.
Right. And Peppers did what Peppers did.
Yeah,
But he's just coming back. That's neither here nor there.
right.
They've got
I will say they have absolutely no pass rush. Nobody gets to the quarterback.
No, you're right.
They just stand back there and wait for somebody to come open.
right. I don't think they have any schemes. They don't. They do very little stunting. They do very little safety and corner blitzes. It's just I don't understand it. I
The
don't
Patriots need a golden designated pass rusher.
So
And then
would that be a 12th player, Stephen?
Hey, yes, exactly. Yes.
I mean,
12 players.
Mayo was an all-pro linebacker. He knows defenses.
Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't know how to coach them
Well,
No,
maybe
because
he's
they're
giving his dec-
terrible.
Maybe he's giving this kid too much rope.
Who knows?
Well, we can put one thing to bed right now, right? May is the boy.
Yep.
That's it.
I even wrote on my notes, there's no more to discuss here
Right.
because Drake May is it. Move on. Talk about the defense, talk about the whole line, talk about anything but quarterback because the Patriots have their quarterback.
Right.
You
exactly.
know, right. So,
All right, let's jump down to May because this is supposed to be a lightning round.
oh, okay.
No.
Hold on. Okay. Okay, is Gerard Mayo the right head coach? I wrote, nobody is sure. Nobody knows.
Eh,
Bob Kraft
I
doesn't
think-
want to admit he made a mistake. Stephen?
I agree. It'll take a miracle of like biblical proportions for Bob Kraft to fire Gerard Mayo because he was handpicked.
Yeah.
So
Plus,
Good luck.
there's financial implications because he had promised. I read someplace that he promised Mayo he'd get his shot when Belichick left. Okay, so Belichick got fired, left on his own. However you want to phrase it, Mayo was in. He was guaranteed some money. So now, if he lets Mayo go, he still has to pay
He's got to
Mayo.
pay Mayo.
Now he's got to bring in another guy.
I don't think he needs to worry about the money, frankly.
Well, maybe
Well,
not. But
He's got plenty of money. But you put a guy in as head coach who's had zero experience,
Right.
and what do you expect? He's going to make mistakes.
right, yeah.
And unfortunately, he seems to be repeating some of them too. So, fingers crossed. Let's hope he gets better. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know. Maybe they'll bring back Bill Belichick.
Well, I don't think so. It'll be interesting to see what happens. They got a week off. They're not playing until a week from Sunday. I don't even know who they playing.
I'll look it up. But anyhow,
You know,
Playing.
I don't even know. Jeez,
so anyhow,
some talk show host I am.
while I'm trying to type, why don't we hit the buzzer? We have to move on to the Bruins.
Okay, so my first note here: the Bruins coach Jim Montgomery is now coaching the St. Louis Blues.
And winning.
What was that? And winning, right?
And
Yes.
winning.
He hasn't
Yes.
lost yet. He played there. He coached there before he came to the Bruins. Obviously, something here had to change. I think personally, it's the general manager, but what do I know? I think that Jim Montgomery's a good guy, but something had to give there. And all
I
we
heard one of the players, I think it was Zadorov, who was interviewed yesterday, and he kind of intimated that Montgomery had lost the room, that since they made the change, now they're
what I said
playing with more
earlier.
passion. And,
I looked up what he's done in St. Louis, and he's only coached
5
3 games as of the 3rd, and he was 2-0-1. So, they're 5-3-2 in their last 10. I think, he's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna win. If he's the shiny new penny, and he has some different styles, maybe, who knows?
You know what? It's. I think for Don Sweeney and Cam Neely, something had to change. Something had to give. And what's the old joke? You can't fire 20 players.
Yep.
You got to fire the coach.
Yep. Yep.
All we know about Joe Sacco is he's from Meffa.
Never. Yeah. Right.
That's all we know about him. Well, I guess we know a little bit more. He went to BU. He's a local kid. Good for him. And if they're playing like this for him, maybe he gets to drop the interim title of a coach, and he can coach them all the way. The other thing I put about the Bruins is Swayman, can he score goals? Which
he's no Allmark.
no, no. Well, he's been more of himself lately, which was a DuPont article in the Globe this morning. He's been more like what we saw last year, but who knows?
It'll take him a while. He missed the whole preseason.
Yeah.
He's playing in. Okay, now Celtics.
Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Now we're moving on to
On
the
to the
Celtics.
Celtics. We're moving right along here. today.
Okay. So, my notes here, not in order. Peyton Pritchard is on fire. He's the heir apparent to the Sixth Man of the Year award.
So Peyton Pritchard may be on fire, but he looks more like a volunteer fireman than a professional basketball player.
Looks can be deceiving. The
He's
kid
the
can play.
shortest. He's the shortest guy on the team.
Every time this guy's on the court, I'm thinking he's a professional basketball player.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, he's knocking down threes.
Right.
He
it's
goes
incredible.
underneath. He gets rebounds. It's really incredible.
Yeah, he's not afraid to stick his face in there.
No.
He'll play.
No, he's awesome.
You know.
I like him.
You know. And I think the important thing, his teammates love him.
Yeah. Yeah.
They love him.
Well, he never stops when he's on the
No,
court. He's always moving.
you know, he's and I had on my notes here too about the NBA Cup. Well, they're out of it again, but I don't really think when it comes right down to it that Tatum and Brown and the rest of them, they don't really care about the NBA Cup.
They may have their eye
They
on the
care
bigger
about
prize.
the championship.
Right, but
They want the 19th banner.
that's kind of like the golden bat.
Do the fans care about the NBA Cup? I mean, really?
Only if your team wins.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, look at
probably
last
right.
year. The Lakers won. This year they can't catch cold.
yeah, I know. What, they lost by 41 points last night?
Yeah.
Hey, gosh. So,
Okay.
all right, I'm going to hit
Hit
it
it.
again.
By the way, while we're switching menus, Cardinals. Patriots play
Heck
the
yes.
Cardinals next
Oh, that's who it is. That's right.
on December 15th, 4:25 game.
Oh, it's not a 1 o'clock game?
Well, that would put it at 9 o'clock in the morning on the coast. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that'll be interesting to see Kyler Murray pick them apart,
Right.
you know,
Right.
either by running or by throwing.
All right. So now
Speaking of a guy who's Peyton Pritchard size.
we're on to the Red Sox.
Okay. So under Red Sox, I have Juan Soto, which apparently the Red Sox, and I know, Bob, you're going to shake your head. The Red Sox are still in the running for Juan Soto.
Yep.
Which
So are the Mets. So are
So
the
the
Yankees,
Yankees,
and the
Blue
Jays.
Right.
Now, what is the driving force behind all those rumors?
Scott Boras.
Scott Boras, the master manipulator. He can plant rumors daily. He's got a good organization. What's he doing? He's driving up the price.
Absolutely.
You mentioned that gentleman from the
Steve Cohen.
Mets
Yeah, the guy that owns
who's
the
got
Mets.
unlimited funds.
Yep.
He's gonna just keep. You give him 6 million. You give him 600. I'll give him
800.
800. Balls in your court. But Steven, you're a
Yes, sir.
longtime Red Sox watcher.
Yes.
You think that John Henry is going to spend 600 million, maybe 700 million on one player for 15 years, and he's going to be 40 something at the end of that?
No.
Well, do I think it's insane? Yes, of course. But if you're going to spend that kind of money, don't you get a lot better value on Willie Adames as far as
Yep.
value?
Right.
Yeah, you do.
And he's younger.
So the idea is they sign both of them. It's not
Well,
our money.
okay.
It's
I'm-
not our
I'm-
money.
I'm all for that.
Actually, I'm
Sign them
wrong.
both.
Soto is only 26. Adames is 29.
Yes.
So
Still prime.
all those moves still have to answer the biggest question. So they signed Aroldis Chapman,
Yeah.
which Bob sent me a note, another washed up former superstar who the Red Sox signed for $10 million or $11 million. Granted, he scared the crap out of everybody that played because he could throw the ball 106 miles an hour.
Absolutely. No
But,
question.
but it doesn't matter. You still don't have starting pitching.
No.
You still don't have it.
But, it's a classic old-time Fenway move. You got a guy who's a big name. He does throw the ball still fairly consistently. Sometimes he's not quite sure where it's going like he used to be.
Yep.
and he's going to be the next coming of Christ. I
So-
don't
so
think
you
so.
don't you don't think the Red Sox are going to sign anybody else?
They're going to try. They wanted the kid that signed with the Dodgers.
Blake Snell.
Yeah, Blake Snell.
Yeah.
Not even a prayer. It's just, what are you going to do?
You know what? It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, this week is the winter meetings down in Scottsdale, I think, or wherever they are.
Yeah.
Someplace warm and nice. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens if they. I mean, he's got to do something with the pitching staff.
Oh, no question.
Because what they have now, for starters, won't cut it. It doesn't matter if they sign Juan Soto
Right.
or Willie Adames. I put right-handed power here. Supposedly, Teoscar Hernandez wanted to come to the Red Sox. Like, he wants to play in Fenway Park. He has said that. But the Dodgers are going to make him a deal
Oh, sure.
that he'll go back there and probably win another World Series.
He's got a teammate that can tell you how much loyalty the Red Sox have to you. Only the best right fielder in
Right.
baseball,
Right.
right?
Yep.
And come on, give me a break.
So
You're
the
breaking
la-
my heart, Coach.
I hear you.
So
I hear
the
you.
last thing on here is move Devers to first, which I don't know if that.
Yeah, it's up
Yeah,
top.
it's up top.
Up
there.
top.
Trade Cassis, move Devers to first. Bob asked me why would I trade Cassis. I said because you can get something for him.
Yeah,
Because to receive you need to give.
yeah.
So I don't know, but then that puts someone that's never played first, Devers,
Yeah.
at first base. He's never played first base ever.
No.
How's he going
Yeah,
to
it's,
hold
it's,
on?
it's not that, I'm not saying he's going to be a great first baseman, but it's not that difficult to make the switch, I don't think.
Okay.
So he would be at least adequate.
I mean, you've seen some of these boys that played first base in the twilight of their career.
Yes,
I mean, the old
Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, but the only guy that I can remember that played out of position, if it was Pete Rose, and he was an athlete. He was a baseball player. He'd do anything to stop the ball.
Yep.
So he was a decent infielder.
He was
a
good.
great outfielder.
He was good.
Made a difference. Can Devers move over to third? I mean, to first, maybe. And it's not like you said. You don't get a lot of hot balls down there. It's not
gotta-
like you do at third.
They got to sign a.
And plus, as I said before we started the game, when the season's going poorly and we start moving along and Devers starts to lose a little bit of interest, he hits the buffet table real heavy after the games. So he goes up 2 pant sizes during the season. So slows him down at third base.
That must be the same buffet table that I visit.
That's right. Every day's Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Right.
It's always turkey and stuffing. So listen, this concludes our show for today. Let's hit the buzzer for the last lightning round. I'd like to thank our in-house studio audience, Miss Jean and the group from Romper Room. Thank you for being here. Bob, you didn't even hear these kids, did you?
I know they were perfect. Thank you very much.
We'll be back again next week. Next week, we'll be back again. And then we're going to take a couple of weeks off for the holidays. So until next week, we'll see you
See
later.
you all next week.
Take care.
Take care.